They thought that the 50,000 fence would steal my family's land. Instead, it became my revenge machine, raking in 500 per trespasser, $2,000 a month and climbing. But the real payoff, the HOA tyrant who built it lost everything: her home, her freedom, facing federal charges. What if your neighbors tried to fence you out of your own legacy? Stick around, this Texas showdown gets wilder. So word count starts here for the full story. My name is Ezra Thornfield, a third-generation cattle rancher in Millbrook County, Texas. Picture this: 240 acres of rolling hills, bought by my grandfather in 1962 with nothing but grit and a leaky Ford truck. He built Cottonwood Creek Road himself, hauling gravel under the blistering sun to connect our ranch to the world. For 60 years, it was our lifeline, shared with neighbors under a simple easement: use it, maintain it, but never block us. Then came the invasion. Willowbrook Estates, a cookie-cutter subdivision, sprouted like weeds at the road's end. Leading the charge, Vivian Blackwood, a 58-year-old disbarred lawyer disguised as a suburban queen. Pearl, white BMW Botox smile, and an ego bigger than Texas. She ambushed me at the hardware store. "Ezra, sell your establishment for progress." I tipped my hat and walked away. Big mistake on her part. The harassment started: small violation notices for odors from my livestock, noise from tractors at dawn. I burned them for kindling. Her OA had zero power over my land. But Vivian escalated. Anonymous complaints flooded the local paper about declining property values. Then, one October morning, after a cattle auction, I rounded the bend to home and slammed on the brakes. An 8-foot fence barred the road like a giant "screw you." Fresh lumber. A sign screaming, "Private Willowbrook residents only." Vivian stood there, clipboard in hand, smirking with her cronies. "Security upgrade," she purred. "Find another way." My blood boiled. This was my grandfather's road, built stone by stone. Her democracy, vote illegal as hell. Hook 1, that fence didn't just block me, it trapped her subdivision. Willowbrook's only access, through my property. Suddenly, their fancy SUVs needed my permission to get home. I installed a gate and charged $500 per toll for passage. Chaos ensued, residents fuming, Vivian raging. But I had the law on my side. I called my buddy Garrett Mills, a property lawyer sharper than barbed wire. He grinned over the 1962 easement papers. "Perpetual access, Ezra. Runs with the land forever, like herps." We fired a cease and desist. Vivian countered with nonsense. "Easement expired. My cattle were commercial traffic." Compromise. A 25 daily permits approved by her, over my dead body. My wife Sarah, the county's top vet, slid me a card: County Inspector Rodriguez. Turns out that fence needed permits, none filed. Rodriguez slapped a stop work order, violates setbacks and easements. Vivian's face turned beet red. But she doubled down, voting for a second fence. Bad move. Hook 2, the ranching community mobilized. At dawn, 23 pickups idled on the county road. My educational convoy, we honked air horns past Willowbrook at 6:15 a.m., a symphony of diesel thunder. Vivian called the sheriff for noise terrorism. He chuckled, "Legal on public roads, mem?" Then, I exercised. My longhorns along the same route during their barbecues. Manure clouds wafted through McMansions, nature's reality check. Vivian hired 8,000 a month security goons to harass us. I countered with trail cams, catching them trespassing and relieving themselves on my barn. Evidence to Commissioner Jackson. Environmental violations. Garrett uncovered more. Vivian's HOA broke open, meeting laws. No 72-hour notice for big spends. Every decision void. Sarah dove into records like a surgeon. Jackpot. Grandfather's road used a 1967 federal grant for agricultural access in perpetuity, blocking it. Repay $340,000 plus interest. Federal violation. While digging, Sarah found Vivian's secret, disbarred in California for embezzling $250,000 from an elderly client. She fled to Texas, practicing law illegally. Undisclosed criminal history as HOA president. Fiduciary breach. Hook 3. Vivian hired a PI to smear us. Dug up a 1995 runoff fine, ancient history. We flipped it, her fence violated wetlands, redirecting floods. EPA fines loomed at $50,000 a day. She jacked my taxes from $4,200 to $18,500 via her golf buddy assessor. No inspection, I appealed and won. Then, Sarah's Google foo revealed Vivian's desperation, $180,000 debt, impending foreclosure. She needed my land sale for a $50,000 kickback from developers eyeing a strip mall. We hosted a ranch defense BBQ, 60 neighbors, brisket, and truth-telling. Old-timers shared photos of the road's 1962 build. Pete Morrison, 84, teared up. Your granddad built it for generations. Support surged. But Vivian fought dirty. Anonymous calls to suppliers about my credit issues. Threats to Sarah's vet license. Midnight hang-ups mentioning our kids. Hook 4. My ranch hand Miguel wrecked on the detour. Back surgery. Workers' comp. Liability lawsuit brewing. Vivian threatened ICE on our legal workers. Racist undertones alienated her board. 3 resigned, demanding audit. Garrett found the Nuke Willowbrooks development permit required no interference with agriculture. Violate. Revoke all 127 occupancy certificates. Vivian knew. Her firm represented the developer, concealed it. Malpractice. Desperation peaked. Cameras caught Vivian cutting water lines at midnight. Cattle endangered. Fingerprints matched. Charges: property destruction, agricultural terrorism. She planted saltwater fish in the creek, faked contamination. EPA laughed. Federal fraud. Fake insurance claims, bank demands via her brother-in-law, all unraveled. The FBI raided her home at dawn. Evidence boxes piled high, wire fraud, embezzlement spanning OAs. Indicted on the 23 counts, facing 15 years. Her house foreclosed, no bidders. AOA apologized publicly, removed the fence, settled for $275,000 plus fees. Hook 5. Victory rippled. Ranch tourism boomed. 200 visitors month for workshops. Property values rose 8%. We won environmental awards for creek restoration. Texas passed the Agricultural Heritage Act, citing us. PBS documented our story. Winning. Smart gates we invented. Licensed nationwide. 6 months on, I sip coffee on the porch. Road humming peacefully. Vivian's in prison, paying $850 in restitution. Our foundation scholarships rural kids. Legacy secured. Kids returning to ranch. Defending principles built a stronger community. Share your HOA horrors below. Rural grit wins.